Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Was traveling, went up to see my mom today, and didn't get a chance to shoot before it got too dark outside. Today's topic is going to be, will I always need to do a daily TMS practice? And I see that a lot, and I see a lot of people believing that, well, if I don't keep on doing this, I'm going to have this happen again, and this is a lifetime commitment. That can be really overwhelming and kind of depressing because, the way people perceive this work, it's perceived as work. So I'll dive into it in a minute, but before I get into that, I'm going to center myself. I'll invite you guys to breathe a little bit. Breathe in the positivity. Exhale the negativity. Breathe in the peace. Exhale the stress. Breathe in the strength. Exhale the weakness. So, will you always need to do a TMS practice or a daily routine to keep yourself from getting sick again? First thing I'll say is, I've been virtually pain-free for 11 years. I had 2 instances where I had some pain for about a week. And, so twice I've had a recurrence of pain. And it was okay, maybe a 5 out of 10 pain. But it got my attention. What did I do? Basically took my own advice. Initially, freaked out a little bit, got my attention. And I took my advice, checked in emotionally, soothed my body, calmed my thinking down. This is not a big deal. Because initially I was like, oh my God, I'm the TMS guy. I'm doing these daily videos. I have to figure this out fast because it's embarrassing that I have this pain. And basically I got the mindset of indifference right. I got that dialed in. Didn't really have any fear about it. Even though it got my attention up front, I basically decided I know what's going on. I'm not afraid of it. And I shifted my attention back to my life. And guess what happened? It went away. Never became chronic. Chronic to me is when symptoms last, 4 or 6 weeks or longer and really become persistent and really become troubling to us. So I will tell you, 11 years, just 2 instances of pain for a very short duration, which were not very troubling, didn't really interrupt my life very much. But I do not have a daily routine. I do not meditate. I do not do anything, no structured breathing on a regular basis. There is no structured program per se. I don't journal every day. I don't have a daily routine at all. I wake up and I live my life. Now, there's things that I want to do. I want to eat well. I want to exercise and those things. But none of that has anything to do with TMS. Just has to do with, I'm 55 years old. It's probably not a bad idea to work out and eat a little bit healthier. But I don't wake up saying, how can I keep this horrible TMS away? What do I need to do? And oh my God, if I don't do this daily routine, it's going to come back and it's going to kick my ass. I don't think you need to either. So when I talk about, this TMS mind-body approach, I think of it more as a learning and a teaching process. You want to teach your brain that you're actually okay. And, what happens to things you learn? Generally, you retain that knowledge. And I've got a deep, deep knowledge that I'm actually okay. I'm not afraid of my body at all. I'm not afraid of a little back pain or a lot of back pain because I trust that there's no reason for me to have chronic pain. I didn't fall off a roof and break my spine. And so I don't have the fear. And without the fear, I don't place the attention on it. And without the fear and the attention, no twinge that I would ever get ever becomes chronic and persistent. And so I think this is much more about who you become than something you must do and must do every single day. I don't think we need a structured routine daily for the rest of our life to keep this horrible syndrome at bay. Tension myositis syndrome. Right? The mind-body syndrome. Syndrome sounds pretty scary, right? What if we just call it too much stress? And all we've got to do is teach our brain that the stress is not dangerous. It's a normal part of life. And that I'm a strong enough person to handle stress, normal stress. Whether it be physical stress by moving my body a lot, a little bit, whatever. Emotional stress by way of having interactions with other people, which can sometimes be emotionally stressful, angering, saddening, hurt our feelings, make us jealous, feel guilty, shame, grief, right? Mental stress. Those are the mental gymnastics we do all day long where we're second guessing ourselves. We're criticizing ourselves. We're saying you're not good enough. Nobody likes you. Why are you doing this? Don't go to that party. You're going to sit in the corner by yourself and nobody will talk to you, right? So we have multiple sources of stress. The physical stress, the emotional stress, situational, social stress, but that's really mental stress. It's not the actual party we go to. It's how we think about that party. It's how we perceive our place in the world. That's the issue. It has nothing to do with the fact that, nobody's talking to you. Well, maybe nobody's talking to you because you walk in there thinking, oh my God, this is going to be really awkward, and you don't even open your mouth to one person. And everybody just perceives you as the quiet person who doesn't really engage with the crowd. And I'm not placing the blame on you. I'm just suggesting that it's our perception about our place in the world and how we show up in the world and how others perceive us that's more the issue. And look, I've been to parties where I've just been kind of feeling kind of chill and just kind of laid back, and I didn't really engage and go out of my way to talk to people. And I had a good time, because sometimes it's fascinating just to watch other people. And we watch how they engage with others, and we watch how they put on this false mask of, I'm a happy person. Look at me. And that's all over the internet too. You see the people on Instagram and Facebook, and they're living these perfect lives, and look at me on vacation, look at me with my family, I'm smiling, life is great, look at me, yeah. And then we compare our daily life with other people's highlight reel. And comparison's a surefire way to sadness and feeling bad about yourself. Because again, most people post their highlights on the internet. They don't post their daily drudgery. And it's not something you need to worry about. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself yesterday. How you doing today compared to how you were yesterday or a year ago? And I've had a lot of people that say, Dan, I'm still struggling, but when I really think about it, man, a year ago, I couldn't get out of bed. And now I'm pissed off because I've got a level 3 out of 10, and I'm pissed that I can't get rid of it completely, but I'm kind of living my life again. I'm back to work. I'm back to doing what I need to at home and everything else. And, it's amazing how we quickly become accustomed to feeling a little bit better, but still we maintain that frustration that we're not 100% better. And what am I doing wrong? Look, again, this is not something you do once to get better. It's kind of about who you become. Are you the type of person who just becomes the type that can feel your emotions? Feeling upset today, give yourself permission. Open house for your emotions. Let them in, sit with it. When the emotions have been felt, they'll start to lift a little bit and they'll leave on their own. You don't have to force it. You don't have to go dredging it up. This is not work. This is not digging. It's allowing. Allow yourself the gift of feeling whatever you're feeling. It will come. You'll experience it. It will pass. This is a normal human experience. No judgment. No resistance. Just feel whatever you're feeling. Become the type of person who becomes aware when you're a little bit tense and upset. And you choose to soothe your body. You choose to breathe a little bit. You choose to smile. You choose to go, I don't have it so bad, right? You choose to look for the gratitude. You choose to look for the safety and go, you know what? I'm actually okay. You become the type of person who doesn't take themselves and your thoughts so damn seriously. We're all going to have negative thoughts. We don't need to stop them. We don't need to change them. We don't need to become 100% positive thinkers, as some programs out there tell us. You can never have a negative thought, otherwise you're never going to get better. Bullshit. You're going to have negative thoughts, but you don't have to identify with them. You are not your thoughts. You can just let them float by. So become that person. To not take your thoughts so seriously. Kind of chuckle at them and go, whew, that was a dark one. Wow. But oh, look at that. I got some gratitude thoughts floating in as well. So become the type of person to feel your emotions, calm your body down, calm your thinking down, and not take these symptoms as life or death sensations in your body. They're just sensations. How do we know that? Because we know what TMS is, and we've done the assessments, and we've accepted that this is what's going on. So become the type of person that doesn't freak out. Right? And I know I talk about indifference, and everybody goes, that's impossible. How can I be indifferent? It hurts so bad. Fine. If you can't be indifferent, at least don't freak out. Reassure yourself. It's all right, Dan. It's just TMS. Don't sweat it. It's temporary. You're on the right track. You're on the road to recovery. You're going to get better. And then become the type of person who makes your life and living your life and finding some happiness and joy more important than babysitting your body and your symptoms. Because I can guarantee you, I did that for a lot of years. It was no fun. And yeah, look, we can regret and have grief over the lost years. Okay, get over it. You know what's going on now. You're not dead yet. Stop looking behind you and saying, oh my God, I lost all those years. I lost my entire 20s to this pain. Okay, so I lost my early 30s to my mid 40s to chronic pain. Not completely. I mean, I still had a life. I raised a kid. I was married and still managed to have some fun, but it was tarnished a bit by the pain. And I know some people suffer more. But look, whatever your past was, it's done. It's not happening anymore. And if you can implement the things I talk about and become the type of person who doesn't give a crap about the symptoms, learns to focus on how much fun I can have today, learns to allow themselves to feel emotions on a regular basis. You don't got to dig up the old skeletons. Learn to soothe your body when you recognize you're all tense and worked up. Learn to just let your negative thoughts go. You don't have to fix them, stop them. Just, okay, so what? Learn to calm your thinking down, particularly about your symptoms and about what they mean about your life. Catastrophization and thinking about, a future full of pain and disability, that doesn't help you. So just let those thoughts go. And then, as the next thoughts go, yeah, but I think I'm on the right track and I should be able to get better. Identify with those and let the other ones pass, So you don't need a daily practice. I don't have one. I don't think you need it. One of the primary things that I believe eliminates the need for a daily practice is my lack of fear. I have clarity. I have certainty that my body's already okay. If I wake up with a twinge, I don't care. It's not a big deal. Check in emotionally. Do a little deep breathing. What's going on? Yeah, I've been stressed about this or that or whatever. And, okay, got it. Take a couple of deep breaths, and then I go on with my day. So I don't have the fear, and I don't have the attention on the symptom, and therefore nothing ever becomes persistent or chronic. And so that's available to you. That's available to you today. In this moment, you can make a decision to say, that's who I'm going to be. And anytime you find yourself freaking out, grab yourself by the shirt collar, drag yourself out of the freak out zone and go, hey, chill out. We know what's going on, We watch Dan all the time. We listen to Nicole. We read Steve Ozanish. We've read Dr. Sarno. We listen to Howard Schubner and Dr. David Clark and Dr. Hanscom and all these wonderful people. Doc Tova, Hannah Studley, Eddie Lindenstein. There's all these great people out there that are just putting all this wealth of information. Danny Fagan. There's so many people that are just dumping all of this knowledge and wisdom and belief and positivity into this whole mind-body community. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And so embrace that positivity. Just know that that's available to you. And decide that that's who you're going to be. That's how you're going to show up. So, no, I don't think you need a daily practice for the rest of your life. You just need the knowledge that should you feel a twinge of some kind of symptom, whatever kind of symptom, you can say, oh, before I freak out, let me see what's going on. Anything major going on emotionally? Maybe you'll find an answer. Maybe you won't, but you'll probably find that you've got a number of things stressing you out. So you identify that, you feel those emotions, you soothe yourself, then go on with your life. And you don't catastrophize a new symptom. You don't freak out. Before you know it, it's gone, like the wind. That's how I proceed with my life. It's been about 11 years at the shooting of this video that I've not had anything significant lasting longer than 7 to 10 days. And that's available to you. Lose the fear. Stop focusing on the symptoms. Become the type of person who feels your emotions, calms down, both physically, soothing your body, mentally, not believing your thoughts, and then focusing on living your life. Make living your life more important than babysitting your body and your symptoms. Period. Done. That's it. So, no, you don't need a daily routine for the rest of your life. Now, some people will say, but I stopped doing the routine and the symptoms came back. Okay. Well, maybe you didn't become the type of person that felt your emotions. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong, but sometimes that can happen. Great. You didn't make a mistake. You learned something, right? Don't punish yourself for perceived mistakes. Say, I learned something. So, anyway, love you guys and gals. I thought this was a really important topic to cover because I do see people having conversations all over these TMS groups going, oh yeah, yeah, we'll need to do this for life. I call BS. I don't think we do. But when you lose the fear and just have this kind of become who you are and not something you do once to get rid of pain. If you do something once to get rid of pain, it may come back. And look, pain may come back, but if you're not fearful of it and you don't focus on it, you check in emotionally, it doesn't have to stick around. Don't freak out if pain returns. That's one of the key things. Because if it does come back and you freak out, well, you're right back in the hamster wheel. Spin it again, back on the merry-go-round. Let this become who you are. Lose the fear. As a result, you won't have to focus on it. Anyway, that's my take on it. Happy Monday, or whatever day of the week you're watching this. And catch you guys and gals tomorrow. Love you.